I hate for the song to be over, man. I'm still jamming out. Still jamming out. Um, NBN fam, what's good? What's good? Season 2, episode number 8. If you were getting a Maxwell vibe on the intro track, that's divine. That's really divine. That was dope because the intro track that you just heard was a product of our guest tonight. A good friend of mine, we go way, way back. My mother was actually one of her instructors, one of her principals back in grade school. So we go way back, back to middle school. She is a daughter of Oklahoma, currently residing in the city of Dallas, Texas. Good friend Jasmine Bryant, aka DJ Muthaland, aka High Priestess, High Vibrations. If you know her, yo, stop. So we're not gonna waste no more time. We're talking mental health, the importance of it. We know it's really been a topic that's come a long way since pandemic, pre and post. So we got a good episode tonight. Let's go and hop into it, y'all. Yo, I'm still
Yo.
jamming on the track, man. It's over, but it's still in my head, man. So
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
most definitely, man. How you feel, fam? How you feel?
Oh, I feel so blessed. I am blessed to be here with you.
hmm Definitely,
Most
definitely,
definitely.
for sure, for sure. Like we said, we go way back. We got a lot to talk about, but
Yes.
this is conversational. We're gonna vibe out, inform, educate, and have a good time with those who are on with us. If you're watching live or if you're on Team Replay, yo, we are blessed to have you on. Blessed to have you on with us.
Yes,
For sure.
indeed.
For sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. So, first, one thing we did, we just been having a moment of transparency. Jasmine was supposed to be on with us in season 1, but if you're a believer in divinity, it just wasn't meant to be. But one of the things that we talked about um, with similarities between us is both of us, our mothers have transitioned. And so it's important before
Yes.
we move any further, it's important to mention our mothers. And so pull up your pillow, fam. Pull up your pillow. So,
Yes.
hmm
My mom,
yeah.
Lawanya
hmm
Payne. For
Nice.
those that do not know, yes. So she transitioned December 31st,
hmm
2020.
Okay. Very good.
So,
Yeah.
yes.
Blessings, blessings. I know if you believe in spirits, I know a spirit is very much present.
Oh,
Not just
absolutely.
yeah, not just with you, but with us tonight. And then for myself, of course, I carry my mom's flowers with me. She sits on my desk, so I look at her, I think about her every day. So Vicky Ray, she's definitely here, and so all that to say that in this exchange that we're having, our mothers are definitely present with us.
Oh, you know it. You
hmm
know it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Especially
mental
with their
health.
big, especially with their big energy.
hmm
You
hmm
know they here watching us.
Certainly, 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 certainly. So, mental health, advocating for that, just being a blessing to families. Yes, yes. So let's jump into that. You ready for this?
I'm absolutely ready.
Cool, cool, cool. So number one, those who may be less familiar with you, how did Jasmine become interested in advocating for mental health and just bringing awareness to that?
So I became aware because of my own mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And just becoming aware of that and wanting to change my perspective, really
Mm-hmm.
realizing that certain habits
Yeah.
were not healthy for me.
Sure.
And so when that started becoming awareness to me, I said, oh, wait a minute, I got to change something, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And it's almost like that thing, like when you grow up, your parents, especially like for my mother and my father, they will give you this advice when you're young and you're like, I got it.
Yeah.
I don't, I'm all right. But then you start getting older and you're like, oh, wait a minute. I
Hmm.
might need to take that advice. So, those type of revelations were coming to me at that particular time that really just brought my awareness to mental health.
Good deal. Good deal. Already we're getting some love in the chat. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this one on to us. Somebody a Obsidian. I say to our ancestors.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
Yes. Hey,
Indeed.
girl.
Yeah. 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 Great to have you on with us. Very good. Very good.
Yes.
Indeed. Indeed. So that's good. I love it because there's a saying, for lack of a better phrase. I don't know. I'm paraphrasing it, but pretty much like when you talk about any success or any growth that happens, a lot of success or growth is birthed from a personal challenge or experience that we've had. So it's good to know for you, advocating for that starts with yourself. So you're the kind of person in my line of work, we say, man, you practice what you preach. So
Okay.
yeah.
Absolutely. It's a must.
Hmm. Very good, very good. I mean, that's good though, because it's like, I mean, you have people who they'll push a product, and then you can tell if they are aware or they know about the benefits or the perks of it themselves. So you're talking about something that you've experienced firsthand, and I think just in this era of time, people thrive on relationships. Are you relatable? Can you connect to me?
Absolutely. Yes, because here's the thing. For me, just in my own personal journey, it was like I could not go any further, even just to sit here with you and talk.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't have happened if I didn't have, the experience that I do have.
Sure.
God has a way of really stopping things that are not meant for you just yet until you
Mm-hmm.
go through the trials,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of my testimony, was like, no, I wasn't going to be able to do this line of work unless I was going to actually work on myself,
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good.
you
That's
know.
good. Yeah. So with that, with your line of work, and we can dive into kind of what you do, and then kind of talk to us about what are some strategies and best practices that you would recommend on just improving your mental health and that kind of that space there.
Yeah. So what I do is I am a consultant. And so I do give guidance to those that are seeking and wanting to know how to make certain changes in their life.
Mm-hmm.
And so you would kind of say I was like a life coach,
Okay.
a shaman, a healer.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I do. I just kind of assist those on their journey of healing and really coming back home to themselves and
Good.
connecting with God.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. And a lot of people don't talk or kind of believe in healing. It may not be some of the things that we kind of see in biblical times or the supernatural that you kind of think about when you talk about healing. But I believe there are healing properties. I believe healing happens professionally. If you go to a hospital, those are modern
Absolutely.
day miracles that we experience. That's a form of healing. And then and you can confirm or deny, I think, where the kind of space that you're in is more of a wellness path. Is that fair to say?
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
good.
Absolutely. There is
Yeah.
no judgment. It doesn't matter who you believe in
Mm-hmm.
and what you do. I cannot judge you. All I can do is, if you're coming to me, my job is to assist you.
Mm-hmm. Nice. That's good. And it's this tonight is really about showing an alternative. There's nothing wrong with seeking that professional care, but there are some who are looking towards that wellness path, especially when you look at women in terms of childbirth. There are a lot of
Yes.
alternatives out there. A lot of women seek out what's called a doula, and so that's
Yes.
nothing more than an advocate. An advocate where it's like,
Hmm.
hey, when I'm in this space with such a sensitive time, I want to make sure there's someone there advocating for me that knows the practices of the particular healthcare system, but also knows when something is out of whack. You need that because the thing is, going through that, having with my wife and having our daughter, first child, there's just some things that you just don't know.
Oh yeah,
And you need
absolutely.
someone, yeah, you need someone there to advocate.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. And that's the thing for me and what I do. A lot of people don't know really what's going on, but they're
Mm-hmm.
like, I was just guided to you.
Hmm.
And once they come to me, I'm like, okay, I know why you're guided to me because I know what I specialize in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so I'm able to off the back just go in and, assist them as much as they are open for me to do so.
Mm-hmm. No, that's good. That's good. And the same way that you're guided to social media. You know how it is. You know how it is in social media. We could be having a conversation right now about a certain topic, and I guarantee you, we're gonna get on Facebook and we're gonna see it.
Oh,
so, so,
yeah, absolutely.
so, so the same way that the algorithm guides us to see certain things, I believe that works just in life as well. So
Yeah,
that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. So
absolutely.
yeah. So diving more into just your practice, what are some of the solutions? I know of some of them, but for those who may be less familiar with it, what are some of the solutions that you provide?
Okay, so some of the solutions that I provide, and really my specialty is communication.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's actually how to speak up for yourself
Mm-hmm.
and be vulnerable. A lot of times we are in these relationships and spaces in our life where we are not completely being ourselves
Mm-hmm.
and we're not vocalizing that. And so in the end, it becomes something that is torturing your soul,
Mm-hmm.
torturing yourself. And you're like, why am I feeling this way?
Yeah.
Well, I'm bringing awareness to others that, hey, you need to speak up about how you feel, with individuals or whomever you're dealing with. And that is just one thing that can actually help, with a problem that you're dealing with. It's just
Mm-hmm.
strictly just communication,
Yeah.
you know. Another one is practicing self-love, which that is a part of communication,
Mm-hmm.
you know, taking that accountability for your actions, because a lot of times we want to blame others for why we are in situations
True.
when we need to take accountability and actually put in the work to help ourselves through those challenges,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
And so another one also is just connecting with God or whomever you have your practices with,
Mm-hmm.
just connecting deeper with that higher source, your higher self,
Mm-hmm.
and just learning how to listen and follow directions, because us as humans, we get down here and we're just like, oh, we know how to do everything,
Yeah.
but we need to learn how to sit back and be quiet and
Mm-hmm.
listen,
Yeah. That's good.
you know.
We were just in a Bible study with the congregation yesterday, and we were talking about, man, just the blessing of patience. Like the first thing that we do when we get
Mm.
to a problem, when you say lack of accountability, so when we try to do it, provide the solution ourselves, and there's just some things that we can, we've been gifted with that divine ability to fix a problem. You have the skill set, so on and so on. But then there's just some stuff you realize, hey, I'm not skilled in this area. I'm gonna have to lean on God. I'm gonna have to lean on that source. I'm gonna have to lean on family or friends or another individual that is skilled in this area. So it's important to realize your limitations. Realize, hey, I'm gonna need some assistance in this area in my life. And so and like you said, one of the hardest things to do is ask for help.
Mm. That is probably the biggest challenge
Yeah.
for us in life right now, is to really put the egos down
Mm-hmm.
and learn how to ask for help. And even if it is a family member or a
Yeah.
friend or a stranger, you never
Mm-hmm.
know who God is placing in your life to really
Sure.
help you along your journey.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
That's true. That's true. It's believing in that, believing in divinity, believing that things are not circumstantial. Things happen for a reason. We talk a lot about that. Like typically when we reconnect after a long time, it's been because you know you had a dream, or it popped in your head, or like you said, hey, what happened with the previous da da da. So we said, okay, it's time now, obviously, to reconnect and make
Yes.
make this happen. So
Absolutely. And I think that's what a lot of people are having a hard time tapping into is
Hmm.
that divinity. Um, it's like, why is this even happening? And
Yeah,
sometimes you don't have to have an explanation. You just have to trust it.
sure.
Just take that leap of faith and go.
Yeah. And you made a good point of listening. I'll be honest, even with who I am and what I do, as a person, I can be stubborn sometimes too. And so, the solution or the answer can be right in my face. Or shout out to my wife. My wife could tell me this and the other, and I just don't
Okay.
listen. You know what I'm saying? Just be honest.
Okay. Get shout out to the wives, the women, because
Mm-hmm.
we are really here to do our jobs, and it
Mm-hmm.
is to give those messages and guide, the
Yeah.
masculine energy,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Indeed. 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 So we talked about seeking help, and we talk about mental health. It's such a taboo subject. I think our generation and those coming up, we're more prone to talk about it. It's something that you don't really hear a lot about in your baby boomers and up. I think it's not something they dealt with it, but they dealt with it in their own way, right? And so one of the ways that
Absolutely.
was if they discussed it, it was more in a private scenario. And I get it. I'm not saying, hey, put all your business out there. It's sensitive information. So
Right.
I'm very sensitive to that. But I think our generation, those coming up, are more prone to look into therapy, look into, third party assistance, things like that, to really get some things out or get those solutions, X, Y, and Z. So, see, I got froze up. Somebody called me. See there? we were just talking about it.
We was.
We were just talking about it, Let me put my on do not disturb. I'm telling you.
No, you good. For
um,
real.
but with that, there are some who may want help, but maybe they're struggling with asking. And so, what's your advice to those who are seeking help but just are struggling to ask and find that medium?
I would say don't be afraid to be
Mm-hmm.
vulnerable and truthful with yourself to connect with others for help.
Mm-hmm.
Again, like I was saying, just not, I was just saying it's the ego. You're afraid of what people are going to think. When you really know that you need the help, you got to put
Yeah.
all that out the window
Sure.
and go get what's for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And whether you're reaching out to a licensed therapist, a minister, a pastor, a life coach, or a shaman, we are all here to assist each other on this journey.
Sure.
We're not here perfect. Everybody, even us as those that are assisting others, we're not perfect, but we are skilled at what
Mm-hmm.
we do,
Yeah.
you know. And so, I would say definitely choose someone who deeply resonates with you,
Mm-hmm.
and be open to the unknown, to
Yeah.
to healing, because healing is not easy. It's not
Mm-hmm.
pretty. And so be ready to put in the work to free yourself and to
Yeah.
create a new foundation, a new life.
That's good. That's good. Now that's really critical, because we were talking about this as well. Let me come back to the screen. In that same study, just kind of paraphrasing, there was an individual who was a religious leader. And so, of course, he's knowledgeable. He kind of, provides solutions. He provides insight for other people. But it's often difficult for the one that normally gives advice to receive it. And this individual, he had a certain belief system. But when his daughter was gravely ill, like you said, all that went out the window. And one of the things is I've learned that, and we can both attest to it, with the passing of our mothers. You find
Yes.
out the kind of person that you are when you're in trouble, when you're dealing with life. That's when you find out who you are. It's easy to say, in a time of comfort where you're relaxed and you're at peace, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But when you're in
Yes.
trouble, that's when you really find out the kind of person that you are.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
That is when it truly, when your back is against the wall and you don't have no choice but to trust,
Mm-hmm.
you know. That is where you're gonna really find out what you're made of
Mm-hmm.
and really what path you're gonna take,
Sure. Yeah.
you know.
That's good. Yeah, because like you said, you assume you're gonna choose A, but you may choose B, whatever that
Oh
looks
my
like for you.
gosh. Yes, absolutely. And that's
Mm-hmm.
the thing about it. You have all these options. We have free will out here to do
Mm-hmm.
whatever we want to do. But what is God saying?
Right.
What is your higher self saying? What is your heart saying? What is your body saying?
Mm-hmm.
Listen to your body, because your
Right.
body will give you messages too and tell you what is, if something is for you and if something's not for you.
Mm-hmm.
But because we have so many distractions around us, it's hard
Yeah.
to really listen to these messages,
Mm-hmm.
but that's why it's important to get the help that you need so that you can, be more vigilant and which path that you need to take, what is for you.
Yeah. 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 No, that's good. We got some more love coming in. So the Pamela Benson, mental health is a very, very important topic. So we appreciate that. Appreciate that love.
Yes.
Appreciate that love. Hey, Obsidian, preach. Indeed. Indeed.
Yes.
We out here trying to spread love, trying to spread it, trying to spread it. No, that's good. So we talked about, of course, you as an individual, what you offer, some personal things. Obviously, one of the things that's a passion for you is taking your skills and helping families. And so talk about some of the things that you also provide for families as well.
So, those that do contact me for
Mm-hmm.
those consultations, I do come into the homes, and I'm able to sit with mother, father, child,
Yeah.
whomever is in the household
Mm-hmm.
that is open and wanting to get the help,
Yeah.
and so I'm able to sit with them and have a consultation, go over certain things that, really it's kind of like whatever they're going through, I allow them
Mm-hmm.
to tell me what's going on, and then I give my perspective, my solutions that I have, and then we just kind of come together and we come up with a plan, you
Mm-hmm.
know what is necessary for the families to heal and move forward and grow, and so that's just what I'm there to do with the families, and it's such a great fulfilling experience because
Yeah.
I've seen families really take off and like just grow on another level,
Yeah.
and just because I've done it with my own, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and now I'm able to help other families. It's such a fulfilling, it's just a fulfilling purpose that I'm on right now.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. That just listening to you, that takes a lot of trust on both sides. One, the family trusting a third party, if you will, kind of coming in and trusting you with their lives, with sensitive information, and then um, trusting yourself, and also just stepping in and just being that guidance and being their support. So I can imagine how fulfilling that is.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. And sometimes it can get a little scary. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Because not all interactions are peaceful.
yeah, yeah.
And so you have to be able, and for me, I have to be able to handle, the chaos,
Hmm.
the sadness, the anger, whatever. I have to be able to handle all of that and be
Yeah,
able to bring it back to a level where it's grounded and we can come up with solutions.
yeah. Good, good deal, good deal. So tell me, like I said, you get into those moments where, hey, it's a little scary or it's challenging. How do you handle that?
What I'm able to do is really the communication skills,
Hmm.
right? And so I would just have to communicate with the other person and express how I feel in that moment about the behavior that's going
Hmm.
on right now, you know, and really try to talk them through how to calm down in
Hmm.
that particular time. You know what I mean? And sometimes it doesn't happen where I would have to remove myself out of the situation,
Hmm.
you
Yeah,
know. And sometimes it does, you know. I'm able to say those words that are able to calm down that individual, and we're able to move forward, you know.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
sometimes, in cases, I've had to play certain type of meditation music
Okay.
to help calm down a situation. And so, yeah, that's one of my biggest tools is using meditation music.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I know when I was in some adverse times or seasons in my life, I really dove into yoga, like big time, you know. And so,
Yes.
not just to activate, but like you said, having good meditation music to kind of provide that peace and serenity. Um, like you said, listening to not just your mind or your soul, but also your body. So it's being in tune with your body, you know. So that was really
Absolutely.
good for me because I had a lot going on in my life, you know what I'm saying? Between mother passing and some other things happened prior to
Oh
that. It was just a
yes.
lot going on. And I
Oh
think
yes.
one of the things that we don't talk about a lot, just coming. I guess I guess the term is epidemic now, so it's no longer a pandemic, but it's called an epidemic now. That's the correct. That's
Yeah.
the correct term that we're calling it now. Um, we don't realize how traumatized we were those 2.5, 3 years that we went through. You know, a lot of life
Mm,
um, lost. A lot of lives were on the brink. You know, some who made it, but like it was a close call. You know what I mean?
yes.
Those who are extroverts who are used to being out and being with people, having the shelter in place, being confined to your house, you know, that's a lot of trauma. You know, it's a
Yes.
lot of life changing stuff.
Oh man.
How the economy was affected. You know, people weren't coming to work. You know, didn't want to work. It's a lot people had going
Yeah, it
on.
was. It
Mm-hmm.
was. It was traumatizing, to be very honest, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that very clearly. That time period in my life. It was very traumatizing, and meditation, breathing was
Mm-hmm.
uh was a was a key for me, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. And
And I
it's
can say it really saved my life.
yeah, it's funny. You know, some of the simple solutions people say, "Oh, just breathe," but like breathing, it's a technique. You
It
know what I
is.
mean? It's not just.
Especially if you practicing yoga. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's not just a source of life. Like it is a technique to,
It is.
you know, it improves blood flow, oxygen to your brain. Like, you know,
Yes.
yoga
And
helped
that's
me.
why
Like,
it's
yeah.
important to use it in mental health. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It is, I mean, I've seen it do wonders for
Mm-hmm.
myself, for my son, and others.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. That's good. That's
So
good.
so I want to say shout out to IE Obsidian, because she's the one that really pushed that meditation on me.
Good deal. Good deal. And she's on supporting, showing the love. That's what's up.
Absolutely.
That's what's up. Throw a curveball at you. So, we talked about just our mothers being present. I'm sure there's many things that you have taken from your mother, obviously, that you carry with you. What's one lesson that your mom taught you that just resonates and you really carry with you?
One of the things that before her passing, she told me, she was just like, take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Do what's best for you.
Yeah.
And my mom throughout my life was so big on making sure that I didn't put myself in certain situations.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, she's a high priestess herself, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and she was always the one like, hey, that ain't that I don't like that situation, or you know, that person there, you know.
Yeah.
And I was hard-headed growing up, so I was like, no, 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 you know.
You ain't lying, because I remember you in middle school. Yeah. She, she ain't lying. Very hard headed.
You
Very
know it,
stubborn.
yes. Very stubborn. And so, you know, now I take that to heart. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And that's how I have to live my life. I have to be careful of the company that I keep, the
Mm-hmm.
things that I say, the things that I do, you know. And
Yeah.
so that is something forever to take with me. And I pass that on to my son and
Nice.
my niece and nephews and the children around me,
Mm-hmm. That's
you
good.
know.
That's good. for me, if I'm gonna ask you, I gotta ask the same question. So for me,
Yeah.
one thing that Mama was really good at was discernment. She had really good discernment. She could really analyze and assess a situation very, very well. And so that's one thing that I kind of take from her. So like, if I'm in a tight spot or I'm in a situation, I really try to discern, hey, how I respond. Number one, not only how will it affect me, but how will it affect those that I love? What are the short and long-term effects of this situation? You know what I'm saying? So when you really start to
Yeah.
consider just outcomes, you're like, okay, let me start moving a little differently than, like you said, than we did when we were
Right.
kids. You know what I'm saying?
It start to hit when you got children and you're
Yeah.
adult.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because we have that safety net as children, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. But when you
But
have
when
to be the
you
safety net, it's different.
we
It's different.
it's a whole new ball game. So when
I'm
she was
telling you.
saying that to me, I was like, oh yes,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And it's beautiful, like we kind of discussing those words, they resonate even after their physical absence, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, like for me, I think we talked about it, like in I believe in spirits, obviously, because there's a spirit in all of us, but for me, when Mom passed, it was reaffirmed, it was confirmed in me, because like when I realized she was getting ready to transition, I stopped leaning on her physical voice and started hearing her voice inside my head more. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Come on with it, because
Mm-hmm.
that's it right there. Now, for those that do believe in that inner voice, that is a real thing for the ancestors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? They are very present, they are alive, and they are willing to be here to help you and assist you on the other side.
Yeah.
You know, and
Mm-hmm.
they are, as long as if you're open to tap in, they are here to tell you, hey, we're trying to break these generational curses, these certain things that are going on in the family, and it might be your turn to do it.
Sure.
You know, and I know for me personally in my journey, yeah, it's my time,
Yeah.
and I don't take it lightly at all. It is a very serious thing for me, because I have a little one, my son, that is, looking at me like, hey, how are we going to build a new foundation?
Yeah.
We can't really build on this old foundation anymore. It's time to build a new foundation. And the ancestors are here willing to say, hey, yeah, I'm here to do that with you.
Good deal. Good deal. Good deal. Last, before we get out of here, this has been a great exchange as always. As always,
Always.
what's some final words of advice that you can give to those viewing now, even those who may be on Team Replay?
Um, it would be, not everyone is going to understand your journey.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a quote from my mother as well. Um, Everybody is not going to understand when you decide to make changes. You're going to be a different person completely.
Mm-hmm.
We have grown up in certain ways of thinking and conditionings and doings. And so when you do take that leap of faith and step out and ask for that help and get that help, you are not going to be the same. And you're not obligated to be the same.
Yeah.
You are obligated to be your true self. And so I just want to encourage everyone out there, please take that leap of faith to be your true self. And sometimes you are going to be alone. You are going to lose people on the way. But just know you'll never lose God. You'll
Mm-hmm.
never lose who you are in tune with. You will never lose that. And those that are truly for you, they will be on the journey with you and love you unconditionally through.
That's good. That's good. Very, very good words. Listen, normally when we end a show, I play my theme music, but you a DJ, so it's all about rapping you. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
appreciate that.
I'm gonna play, I'm gonna play your track. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna play your track.
Absolutely.
So
I
again,
appreciate it.
my homie, childhood friend, yo, super talented. So we appreciate you coming on, blessing us with just your insight and advocating for mental health, the awareness, the importance of it, and just blessing us. Even sharing your music. Yo, also moment of transparency. She didn't throw us this track until like what, 5 minutes before?
5 minutes.
5 minutes before. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate technology.
Right.
And being able to bless. So I believe in promoting, believe in marketing what you're doing. So if you have some needs regarding mental health, just need someone to kind of guide and be that support. Everybody needs somebody.
Absolutely.
You need somebody to advocate. So, or if you need some music, I'm gonna be off the screen. That's your girl right there. You need some music. She got you.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. It was such an honor to be on here. And again, like he said, if you are interested in taking that journey, please tap in with me. My business is High Vibrations with a Z at the end of vibrations. And you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. And my email is highvibrations@gmail.com. And please just tap in with me. And also with the music, DJ Muthaland. That's on all of the platforms, the social media platforms. I'm here.
How long you been in the game?
Well, as far as the music?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, over 10 years.
See? There you go.
Yeah.
Maxwell, baby. I told you. It's Maxwell right here.
Man, that's an honor too. Like, everybody wants to hear that.
That's it. Indeed. That concludes this episode, season 2, episode 8. If this blessed you, this is a ministry. Share it. Bless somebody else with the time that my sis and I have shared tonight. Until the next episode, we'll see you then. God bless you. God keep you. Peace.